Welcome to World Icons and Travel. Today, we embark on an epic journey through the life and times of Napoleon Bonaparte, one of history's most transformative figures. From his humble beginnings on the island of Corsica to his rise as Emperor of France and his campaigns that redrew the map of Europe, we'll explore his military genius, his political reforms, and the enduring legacy he left behind. Join us as we trace his footsteps across battlefields, through grand palaces, and across the diverse landscapes that shaped his destiny. Prepare for a deep dive into the history, geography, and impact of Napoleon Bonaparte. Our exploration begins now. Corsican origins and early life. Forging a future. Napoleon Bonaparte was born Napoléon di Bonaparte in Ajaccio, Corsica, in 1769, just a year after the island was ceded by Genoa to France. Explore maps of Corsica and the Mediterranean region. His family, though of minor Italian nobility, was not wealthy. Show images of Ajaccio and the Bonaparte family home. Young Napoleon's upbringing on the rugged island, with its history of independence and resistance, likely instilled in him a strong sense of ambition and self-reliance. Show images of the Corsican landscape. He received a good education, eventually attending military schools in mainland France, where he excelled in mathematics and strategy. Show images of French military academies of the time. Despite facing some discrimination due to his Corsican background, his talent and dedication quickly became apparent. This early period laid the foundation for his military career, exposing him to the principles of warfare and the complexities of French society. The French Revolution and early military successes. A rising star. The French Revolution, which began in 1789, provided a tumultuous backdrop for Napoleon's early career. Explore timelines of the French Revolution. The upheaval created opportunities for talented individuals in the military. Napoleon embraced the revolutionary ideals and quickly rose through the ranks, demonstrating his military prowess during the Siege of Toulon in 1793. Show illustrations depicting the Siege of Toulon. His strategic brilliance and leadership were evident even in these early engagements. He was promoted to brigadier general at the young age of 24. Show portraits of Napoleon as a young general. The political instability of the Directory period further allowed ambitious military figures like Napoleon to gain influence. His successful campaigns in Italy, 1796 to 1797, against the Austrians and their allies established him as a brilliant military commander and a national hero. Show maps of Italy during Napoleon's campaigns and artistic representations of his victories there. These early successes were crucial in propelling Napoleon onto the national stage and showcasing his innovative military tactics. The Egyptian Campaign, Ambition and Discovery. In 1798, Napoleon led a French expedition to Egypt, aiming to strike at British trade routes to India and further his own ambitions. Explore maps of Egypt and the Mediterranean showing the French campaign. While the military campaign ultimately failed, it had significant cultural and scientific outcomes, including the discovery of the Rosetta Stone. Show images of the Rosetta Stone and French scholars working in Egypt. The Battle of the Pyramids, 1798, was a notable French victory, though the subsequent naval defeat at the Battle of the Nile severely hampered the campaign. Show artistic representations of the Battle of the Pyramids and the Battle of the Nile. The geographical challenges of the Egyptian desert and the unfamiliar climate took a toll on the French army. Show images of the Egyptian landscape and the French troops in Egypt. Despite the military setbacks, Napoleon's Egyptian campaign showcased his bold strategic thinking and his interest in exploration and knowledge. Rise to power. Coup d'état and the consulate. Capitalizing on the political instability in France upon his return from Egypt, Napoleon orchestrated the coup of 18 Brumaire in November 1799, overthrowing the Directory and establishing the consulate. Explore timelines of the end of the French Revolution and the establishment of the consulate. This marked Napoleon's ascent to the pinnacle of French power. As first consul, he effectively became the ruler of France, implementing significant reforms in law, administration, and finance. Show portraits of Napoleon as first consul. The Napoleonic Code, Code Civil, established in 1804, remains a foundational legal framework in many parts of Europe and the world. Show images of the Napoleonic Code and its influence. He also centralized the government, reformed the tax system, and established the Bank of France, contributing to greater stability and efficiency. Show illustrations depicting these reforms. The geographical reach of France expanded under the consulate, laying the groundwork for the later empire. Maps of France during the consulate period. This period demonstrated Napoleon's political acumen and his ability to consolidate power and implement lasting changes. The Napoleonic Empire, Conquest and Domination. In 1804, Napoleon crowned himself Emperor of France, marking the beginning of the Napoleonic Empire and a period of intense warfare and French dominance over much of continental Europe. Explore maps of Europe at the height of the Napoleonic Empire. Through a series of brilliant military campaigns, Napoleon's Grande Armée achieved stunning victories against major European powers like Austria, Prussia, and Russia. Show artistic representations and battle maps of key battles such as Austerlitz, 1805, Jena Auerstedt, 1806, and Wagram, 1809. His innovative military tactics, including the use of massed artillery and rapid troop movements, revolutionized warfare. Show illustrations of Napoleonic battle formations and artillery. The geography of Europe became a strategic chessboard for Napoleon's ambitions, with battles fought across diverse terrains, from the plains of Central Europe to the mountains of Spain. Show maps highlighting the locations of major battles and the extent of French control. The Napoleonic Empire, though built on conquest, also spread some of the ideals of the French Revolution, such as legal equality and the abolition of feudalism, across the continent. Strategic innovations and military doctrine. The art of war. Napoleon was not just a successful general. He was a strategic innovator whose military doctrines profoundly influenced warfare for generations. He emphasized speed, maneuverability, and the concentration of force at decisive points. Show diagrams illustrating Napoleonic battle tactics, such as the use of the corps system and the combined arms approach. His understanding of logistics and the importance of maintaining supply lines, though sometimes strained, was crucial to his campaigns. Show maps illustrating the logistical challenges of his large armies. Napoleon also effectively used propaganda and the cult of personality to inspire his troops and the French nation. Show examples of Napoleonic propaganda and artwork. His military legacy continues to be studied in military academies worldwide, a testament to his enduring strategic genius. The turning tides, resistance, and the decline of the empire. The dominance of the Napoleonic Empire was not unchallenged. Resistance movements arose in various parts of Europe, fueled by nationalism and opposition to French rule. Explore maps showing areas of resistance to Napoleonic rule, such as Spain. The Peninsular War in Spain, 1808 to 1814, proved to be a costly and protracted conflict for France, draining resources and manpower. Show illustrations depicting the Peninsular War. The disastrous invasion of Russia in 1812 marked a major turning point, with the Grande Armée decimated by the vast distances, harsh climate, and Russian scorched earth tactics. Show maps of the Russian campaign and depictions of the retreat from Moscow. The geography of Russia played a crucial role in the French defeat. The rise of powerful coalitions against Napoleon, culminating in his defeat at the Battle of Leipzig, 1813, further weakened his empire. Show maps of the major battles of the War of the Sixth Coalition. These setbacks demonstrated the limits of French power and the resilience of European resistance. Exile and the 100 Days, the final chapter. Following his abdication in 1814, Napoleon was exiled to the island of Elba. Explore maps of Elba in the Mediterranean. However, his ambition was not extinguished. In 1815, he dramatically escaped Elba and returned to France, marking the beginning of the 100 Days. Show illustrations depicting Napoleon's escape and his return to France. He briefly regained power and attempted to re-establish his rule. The final confrontation came at the Battle of Waterloo, 1815, in present-day Belgium, where a coalition of British and Prussian forces decisively defeated him. Show detailed battle maps and artistic representations of the Battle of Waterloo. The geography of the Waterloo battlefield played a role in the outcome. Following his defeat, Napoleon was exiled to the remote island of St. Helena in the South Atlantic, where he died in 1821. Show maps of St. Helena and images of his final years. This final chapter marked the end of Napoleon's extraordinary career and the end of an era that had profoundly shaped Europe. Napoleon Bonaparte's life was an epic saga of ambition, military genius, political upheaval, and ultimately, downfall. From his Corsican roots to the throne of Europe, his actions reshaped the continent's political map, influenced legal systems, and left an indelible mark on history. His military strategies continue to be studied, his legacy debated, and his story remains one of the most compelling in human history. What aspect of Napoleon's life and impact do you find most fascinating? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, share it with fellow history enthusiasts and travel adventurers, and subscribe to World Icons and Travel for more in-depth explorations of transformative figures and events from around the globe. Until our next historical journey, farewell.